The first time she knocked on my door, it was raining. Not the soft kind of rain that feels romantic. The kind that hits the ground like it's angry. I remember because I almost didn't open it. I had just moved into the neighborhood 2 weeks earlier. I didn't know anyone. Didn't plan to. After everything that happened in my last city, the last thing I needed was new connections. But the knock came again. 3 quick taps. Hesitant. When I opened the door, she was standing there barefoot, hair damp, breathing like she had run. "I'm so sorry," she said. "Did a delivery guy leave a package here by mistake?" That was the first time I noticed her eyes. They weren't just beautiful. They were tired, like someone who hadn't slept properly in months. "No," I said. "Nothing came here." She nodded slowly, like she expected that answer. Then she smiled, but it was forced. "Sorry to bother you." And just like that, she left. Her name, I later learned, was Alina. She lived next door. Alone. At least that's what everyone assumed. Over the next few weeks, we had small interactions. Casual. Harmless. Borrowed sugar. Returned mail. The kind of neighborly exchanges that don't mean anything until they do. But something always felt off. She'd disappear for days. Lights off. Curtains shut. Then suddenly she'd be back. Laughing loudly on her balcony. Talking on the phone. Sounding like a completely different person. One night, around 11 p.m., there was a knock again. Faster this time. Panicked. When I opened the door, she pushed past me. "I need a favor," she whispered. Her hands were shaking. "Okay. Can I stay here for 10 minutes? Just 10. I didn't ask questions. I locked the door behind her. She stood near the window, peeking through the curtain like someone was watching her. "Is someone following you?" I asked. She didn't answer. Instead, she placed her phone on my table. "I just need to calm down." We didn't talk much that night. After 15 minutes, she exhaled deeply and smiled again, that fake, practice smile. "Thank you. I'm sorry. I overreacted." Before I could respond, she grabbed her jacket, but not her phone. I noticed it after she left. Her phone was still on my table. Screen cracked slightly on the corner. Unlocked. And that's when it happened. The screen lit up. A notification appeared. "Unknown number. He knows." I froze. Another message came instantly. "You shouldn't have told him." My heart started racing. I told myself not to look. It wasn't my business. But the phone buzzed again. And this time a photo notification preview appeared. It was my house, taken from outside, from across the street. I felt the air leave my lungs. The front door, my window, and me standing inside, watching TV. I hadn't noticed anyone. I hadn't seen anyone outside. The timestamp? 20 minutes ago. Another message. If he opens that, everything changes. I stared at the screen. Opens what? My mind was screaming at me to put the phone down. But my hands weren't listening. There was a folder on her home screen. No label. Just a black icon. And suddenly, the front porch light outside flickered. Then went out. Completely. The entire street went dark. Power cut. My phone lost Wi-Fi. Silence swallowed the house. And then, car engine started outside. Slow. Idling. Right in front of my house. I stepped back from the window. The only light now was the glow of her phone in my hand. The screen changed. Another message. Did he open that? My throat went dry. That's when I realized something horrifying. They weren't asking her. They were asking about me. And in that moment I understood. Whatever was inside that black folder, it wasn't just about her. It was about me. And someone outside was waiting to see if I would open it. I stood there, heart pounding so loudly I could hear it in my ears. Should I open it? Or put the phone down and pretend I never saw anything? The car outside revved slightly, like a warning, and just as my thumb hovered over the black folder, someone knocked on my door. 3 slow taps, exactly the same pattern as the first night she ever knocked. But this time, it wasn't raining. The knock came again. 3 slow taps, not rushed, not panicked, controlled. Couldn't breathe. The car engine outside was still running. Low, patient, like whoever was inside knew they didn't need to hurry. I looked down at the phone in my hand. The black folder was still there, waiting. Another message popped up. Answer the door. My blood turned cold. They could see me. Somehow, they could see me. The knocking came again. 3 taps. Exactly the same rhythm as the first night she ever stood outside my door in the rain. Only this time, it wasn't her. Or at least I didn't think it was. My house was completely dark. Power still out. The only light was the faint glow from her phone screen, lighting up my shaking fingers. Then the phone buzzed again. Do not open it. The message was from a different number. Saved contact. Alina. I stared at it. If she had her phone, then whose phone was this in my hand? The knocking stopped. Silence. The car engine outside cut off. Now there was nothing. No sound. No movement. Just the dark. And me. And the phone. I slowly backed away from the door. My instincts were screaming at me to lock myself in my bedroom and wait until morning. But curiosity is a dangerous thing. And fear? Fear makes you reckless. I looked down at the black folder again. No label. No name. Just black. I opened it. The screen flashed. Password prompt appeared. 6 digits. And then, the power came back. Lights flickered on. My TV restarted with a loud static noise that made me jump. And suddenly, I heard something else. Footsteps. Behind my house. In my backyard. Slow. Careful. I muted the TV instantly. The phone buzzed again. Unknown number. Wrong move. A chill ran down my spine. I ran to the back window and peeked through the blinds. There was someone standing near my fence. A man. Tall. Wearing a hoodie. Looking directly at my window. He didn't move. Didn't hide. He wanted me to see him. And then he raised his phone. Pointed it at me. And smiled. I stumbled back. My heart felt like it was going to explode. This wasn't random. This wasn't coincidence. This was planned. And I was in the middle of something I didn't understand. The phone in my hand buzzed again. Another message. From Alina. Did you open that? Her message came with a location pin. 2 streets away. A warehouse district. I immediately typed back. Someone is in my backyard. 3 dots appeared instantly. Then disappeared. Then appeared again. Listen carefully, she replied. Whatever you saw, forget it. Do not talk to anyone. Do not answer the door. And do not open that folder. Too late. I had already tried. But I didn't know the password. The man outside suddenly walked away from the fence. Calmly, like he had accomplished something. Seconds later, the car engine in front of my house started again. And then drove off. I waited 5 full minutes before moving. 5 minutes that felt like 5 hours. Then I grabbed my jacket, my keys, and her phone. And I left. I don't know why I trusted her. Maybe because fear makes alliances quickly. Maybe because deep down, I knew she wasn't the enemy. Or maybe because when someone looks at you with that level of exhaustion in their eyes, you recognize it. The warehouse location she sent was abandoned. Broken windows, rusted gates, graffiti everywhere. Her car was parked behind it. Headlights off. I approached slowly. She stepped out before I could knock. Her face was pale. You opened it, didn't you? No. It asked for a password. She exhaled deeply. Relief. Good. Who are they? I demanded. She hesitated, then said something that changed everything. They think you're me. I blinked. What? She stepped closer. They cloned my phone months ago. Everything I do, they see. Every message. Every call. Every move. Who is they? She swallowed. My ex. The word hit harder than I expected. He's not just some jealous guy, she continued. He works in cybersecurity, surveillance. He built something illegal, a monitoring system. He tested it on me. My stomach dropped. The black folder? I asked. That's the proof. Proof of what? She looked me dead in the eyes. That he's been watching more than just me. A long silence hung between us. He uses random houses in the neighborhood as signal relays, she whispered. Wi-Fi piggybacking, signal masking. Your house was one of them. I felt sick. That's why you came over the first night, I realized. She nodded slowly. I needed to see if he had accessed your network yet. And the pictures? Taken from compromised security cameras, traffic cams, anything vulnerable. Suddenly it made sense. The photo of my house, me inside. He didn't need to stand outside. He could see through anything. And tonight? I asked. He realized I left my phone with you. If you open that folder, you'd see the files. What files? She looked away. Recorded footage. Logs. IP traces. Names. My throat tightened. Names of who? People he's watching. The weight of that sank in. This wasn't just about her. Or me. This was bigger. And then she said the words that made my chest tighten. You're on the list. Everything went silent. What? You moved here 2 weeks ago. Single. No family nearby. No security cameras of your own. Easy. My mind raced. He tests on isolated targets, she continued. Just observation at first. Then escalation. Escalation, I repeated. She didn't answer immediately. Instead, she unlocked her car and reached inside. She pulled out a laptop, opened it, connected something to it. My breath stopped when I saw it. A live feed, from inside my house. My living room, empty, but streaming. He still has access, she said. I felt anger rise through the fear. So what do we do? She hesitated. We expose him. And how exactly do we do that? She turned the laptop toward me. The password to the folder? She looked at me carefully. It's your house number. My stomach flipped. He thinks you won't guess it. My hands trembled as I entered the 6 digits. The folder opened, and what I saw inside made everything darker. Dozens of video files, time-stamped, labeled by address. Mine included. Clicked one. The screen showed my bedroom. From the corner. From above. Not from my phone. Not from my laptop. From inside. There was a device in my smoke detector. Couldn't breathe. She closed the laptop quickly. He plants them when people aren't home. How long? I whispered. She looked at me. Since the day you moved in. That's when it hit me. This wasn't coincidence. This wasn't random. He hadn't mistaken me for her. He chose me. And by leaving her phone at my house, she had forced him to reveal himself. You planned this? I said quietly. Her eyes filled with something I couldn't read. I needed him to make a move. You used me. Her voice cracked. I was running out of time. Silence. Heavy. Dangerous. And now? I asked. She looked back at the warehouse behind us. There's a journalist waiting inside. If we hand over the files, he goes public. And then, she gave a sad smile. Then he can't hide. I stared at her. You're sure about this? No, she admitted. But I'm done being watched. That sentence hit deep, because I realized something. We're all afraid of being seen, but being watched without consent, that's different. That's control. That's power. And tonight we were about to break it. If this story gave you chills, just imagine living it. And if you want more stories that make your heart race like this, subscribe now, because the next one might make you check your own smoke detector.